Madness.
Captain's log, stardate 6169.3. While delivering supplies to outposts near Klingon and Romulan space, we received a distress signal from the Romulan neutral zone.
On screen, Captain.
This is Sub-Commander Guyon of the Warbird Infinitus. We are under attack. Assist us, please.
Transmission jammed at the source, sir. The transmission originated on the Romulan side of the neutral zone.
Captain, this could be a setup. The Romulans might be trying to lure us into a treaty violation.
We can't interfere in Romulan business. Take us to our next mission. This day is not going well.
Captain, we have an emergency message from Starfleet, Code 1.
That's a planetary catastrophe.
On screen.
Captain, a very large alien ship is about to land on the planet Atibus, in the Klingon neutral zone. The aliens stated that they intend to land in the midst of the capital city. Then the ship cut communications with us. Since then, all attempts to contact the alien craft have failed. You are the closest starship to Atibus. We want you to evaluate the situation and safeguard the colonists. We need you to make contact with the aliens.
Atibus. We need to go to Atibus. Atibus. Atibus? Atibus. Atibus? Yeah, Atibus. I gotta bring up my... We're going to... Atibus. 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 8. 8. 8 is right there. Okay. This is 8. Right here. That's where we're going. That's Atibus.
Alien ship in sensor range. I detect one Klingon battlecruiser on a parallel course.
The Klingon commander is hailing us.
On screen.
Greetings, Enterprise. Welcome to Atibus. I am Captain Kla.
What are you doing here? And I am Captain Kirk. Greetings yourself. I take it that this is not your vessel. And I am Captain Kirk. Greetings yourself.
We'll be nice. He said greetings, so we'll say greetings back.
I appreciate your courtesy, Captain. I wish to inform you that we mean the colonists no harm. You have my word that I intend to take no action against them. As you know, this is neutral space. I have as much right to be here as you. If you do not question this right, I believe that we are capable of bridging any misunderstandings that might arise in this delicate situation. I have always admired the Federation's diplomatic abilities. I believe we both have more important matters on our minds. Until later, Captain.
Well, it never rains, but pours. Mr. Sulu, take us into a parallel course with the alien ship.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Whoa, that's a big ship. That's a big ship. Thing's big.
No response from the alien ship, sir. Perhaps their communication system is malfunctioning? The Klingons regret that they are too busy to resume communications at this time.
Okay.
Sensors appear to be experiencing malfunctions. Fascinating. Some anomalous readings are reoccurring. That would indicate that the ship itself is changing in unexpected ways.
Oh no!
I have no explanation
Is
for
the
the
Borg?
phenomenon. I have found at least one area that is suitable for transport.
Really? We're gonna transport? Seriously? Okay. Let's do
We're
it.
beaming aboard the alien vessel. Have Dr. McCoy meet us in the transport room. Spock, come with me. Lieutenant Uhura, if its communication system is malfunctioning, then we'll need you.
Yes, Captain.
Mr. Scott, you have the con.
Ooh, we're going with Uhura. What's going on here?
Grinagog watches everything, eyes shining brightly. His legs are pulled up off the floor and he hugs his knees. An enormous grin never leaves his face.
Grinagog? I guess we should talk.
I'm Captain James T. Kirk of the Starship Enterprise. What's going on here? Who's in charge?
Nobody's really in charge. Maybe the phase. That's one of the things that makes me so nervous. Nobody's really in charge. I try to take charge of little things like making sure the lights work. I don't like the dark. Are you gonna be in charge now? Maybe you should talk to the phase first.
The phase? What's the phase? Why don't you just tell me what's going on here? Would you tell me about this ship? Why are you going to... The phase? What's the phase?
We contemplate our phase. Some of our people think they're the ones who keep everything going. Sometimes they tell us things to do. They remind some people when to eat. Otherwise, they'd forget. I don't forget, but that's because I'm smart. If you want to, you can probably talk to the phase in the oratory. The builders built the oratory. The room there to the south, they built the garden north. If you're hungry or if your head ain't feeling right, there's food and such in the hall. Through there, the west door. The rest hall is through the east door, but you might have to wait for one of the beds. The builders were just so logical. They thought of everything. You can go anywhere.
You know, Jim, I don't think there's much more he can tell us. I can take a tricorder reading on him if you think it's appropriate.
Do it. Take a tricorder reading on him, yes. Is he healthy?
His mental activity is very high, but doesn't seem pathologic, Jim. Respiratory activity indicates a high degree of anxiety by comparison with others of his race. Now, that much stress is unhealthy if this is a chronic state.
Well, this guy.
Slightly undernourished, sluggish pulmonary and circulatory conditioning. Doesn't get nearly enough exercise, I'd say. Brainwave activity uneven. I'd need a battery of tests to be sure. This is a complete new race, after all, but he may be suffering from some blood chemistry imbalances likely to be affecting his mind.
What would make me quit a game and not come back? Like, on stream? I have vowed to finish pretty much every adventure game that I can. So, I take that seriously, as you can tell. Even when it gets tough, or annoying, I keep pushing through it. It would take a game-breaking bug, I think. I think it would take a game-breaking bug that we couldn't get past. That's what it would take. I did do that. It happened on Space Quest 6. My 6th game that I streamed. There's a game-breaking bug in it if you play the DOSBox version, or there can be. In ScumVM it's fixed, so I played it using DOSBox, and I don't know, that was like several hours in, and I was like, I don't really want to go back and replay the entire game. So I went on to the next game, and eventually I came back and did and restarted Space Quest 6 and did it from start to finish. But so what would it take? I think a game-breaking bug.
A comfortable-looking room suited for small gatherings of people.
Well, I guess we'll go around. Wait, what's this?
Captain Kirk is not impressed with the housekeeping skills of the people living in this room. Captain Kirk is not impressed with the housekeeping skills of the people living in this room.
Dang their housekeeping skills. They suck so much.
I don't recognize you, you strangers! Rackaback, Gormagon, you recognize these people?
No, Tuscan, we sure don't.
Keep them away. Keep them away from me. They'll hurt us. They're out to get us, I tell you. Have I ever been wrong?
No, Tuscan, you kept us safe, and we keep you safe. We won't let them get you.
You people don't want to come any closer. Honest, I don't want to have to hurt any of you. It's just that Tuscan won't like it. I hope you don't mind. but you really have got to stay back.
Protect me. They're after me.
We'll hurt ya, so just stay back.
We really don't want to hurt you, you know, but you gotta stay back.
The tricorder informs me that the Klingon boarding crew has just beamed into the adjacent room, Captain.
You are Kirk. I am Kla, captain of the Paul-Ya. This is my aide.
These Klingons are so innovative in their introductions.
Shh. I'm Captain James T. Kirk, commanding the USS Enterprise. These are my crew, Science Officer Spock, Lieutenant Uhura, and Dr. McCoy. What can I do for you, Captain Clark?
You can avoid interfering with me or my man as we look around the ship, the same as you. And with the same air of mutual goodwill, we will avoid interfering with your activities. Unless we have cause to think your actions in some way threaten us or the Empire we represent.
We do not threaten the Klingon Empire, Captain Clark, nor its legitimate representatives.
Then there will be no difficulties between us, will there?
That's true.
We will leave you to your investigations now and carry on our own. You won't mind if we're in the room, will you?
We'd consider it a mark of our mutual respect, Captain, if you don't get in our way and we won't get in yours.
Some games might be too bad. I look forward to finding a game that's just too bad. Like, if we find a game that's too bad, then it would be miraculous. Because we played some bad ones. I really think that Backpacker was... I think Backpacker was really bad. Like, that game was really bad. That game was so bad. Was that Jesus there? I thought this guy was, like, smashed into the thing at first, but... You have some bad ones lined up? Oh, nice.
Like so many others aboard this ship, he's the victim of developmental genetic damage. A chromosomal misalignment induces a greater inclination to violence. I wouldn't feel confident enough to treat him medically without the full database of the Enterprise systems. Gormagon is one of the healthier individuals on this ship. Except for emotional stress, probably the result of being bullied by his buddies here. He's reasonably sound in mind and body. If I had to, I'd feel confident about treating him medically.
Let's talk to him.
I listened to my brother Rackaback and to my friend Tuscan. They say we have to protect this room and keep anyone from getting into it. Tuscan's afraid.
Watch what you say, Gormagon. You know I trust you.
He's just afraid, that's all.
I'm more interested in a good fight than in talking. I'm more interested in a good fight than in talking.
Big Rig. Well, Big Rigs was barely even a game. Yeah, I think I'd agree with that. To me, Dark Star is actually a tough one because I could see the production values. Like, they tried. I mean, they really tried, and it was just long. It was so long. It was the length that made Dark Star so bad. It wasn't the game itself, I don't feel. It was just the length. You think Infra should be on that list? I don't know. That's another one where the length was tough. Like, my understanding is Infra was released as episodes or in 3 parts. So
The best move you can see will end the game with a draw, but then you're more of a poker player than a chess master.
I don't know a lot.
I don't care who you say you are. You're evil monsters in disguise. You want to get by me and the only people I can trust. You want to get into the back of my brain. You want to rewire me and change the way I think. Go away. Go away! Go away! Or we'll hurt you and make you go away.
Alright, well, I don't think he will hurt us, because we have phasers and you don't.
Jim, he has fairly extensive brain damage and may be causing paranoid delusions. It's also resulting in increased levels of hostility. His adrenaline levels run quite high, and there's been organ damage from the extreme stress.
Oh no. Alright, we should save.
Save new game. Replace previous game. A fuzzy animal-shaped toy that looks a bit like a bear.
Let's see if we can take it. I'm gonna try and take it.
If you want the bear, you'll have to beat me at this game of chess.
Alright.
The best move you can see will end the
Oh,
game with
Spock.
a draw.
Have Spock do it.
A complex situation. However, check and mate.
How'd you do that? He cheated you, brother. He must have cheated you.
No, that's a legal move. Here. Take the bear. I promised, and I do what I say.
I think it's a dumb game. That's what I think of this game.
Hey.
I think it's a dumb game. That's what I think of this game.
Hey. That's not very nice.
There's not enough left to play on or with after Rackaback's tantrum.
What a jerk.
Jim, given the mental states of these people, the less damage we do to their environment, the better.
In other words, Doctor, if we don't need something for our mission, we shouldn't touch it.
That's my recommendation.
I was just looking.
Pieces of wood and plastic. They were originally part of a toy. This appears to be an unusual metallic structure. A room which appears to be dedicated to leisure and recreational activities. At least that's what you can see.
I don't feel like phasering them yet. So I'm gonna look at the bear.
A room which appears to be dedicated to leisure.
No.
A fuzzy animal-shaped toy that looks a bit like a bear.
Okay. Maybe if we give it back?
What fever dream inspired this idea?
Okay. I was like, maybe if we win it and give it back, we'll show that we're not bad people? I don't know. Where are the Klingons? Where'd they go? Oh, can we go this way? We can go this way. Hey, so who's this?
This individual appears somewhat elderly, but he holds his head proudly and his shoulders are thrown back. He nods benignly at you and a yellowish crown slips down a little lower on his brow. He clenches a short silvery rod with a bulbous tip firmly in one hand.
Methinks you peasants should know your place and speak only when royalty speaks first to you.
Alright.
I wonder if that's supposed to be a cape. I wonder if that's supposed to be a cape. I wonder if that's supposed to be a cape.
Let's take it.
I don't see how these can help us, Captain.
Let's take this then.
I don't see how these can help us, Captain.
No effect.
I'm Captain James T. Kirk of the Starship Enterprise. Who are you?
Jakesy.
What can you tell me about this place, Jakesy? Can I play with the blocks, Jakesy? Can you smile for me, Jakesy? Is there something you want, Jakesy? What can you tell me? Can I play with the blocks, Jakesy?
The sweet-faced adult shakes his head no.
I'm Captain James T. Kirk of the Starship Enterprise. Who are you?
Jakesy.
What can you tell me about this place, Jakesy?
I played other stuff too. I played strategy games. I played FPSs. I played I played almost everything.
Can I play with the blocks, Jake? Can you smile for me? Is there something you want, Jakesy?
The sweet-faced adult shakes his head no.
Okay.
I'm Captain James T. Kirk of the Starship Enterprise.
Jakesy.
What can you tell me about this place, Jakesy?
The sweet-faced adult shakes his head no.
Alright. Whatever, dude. Let's go this way. Ooh. What's this?
The room is filled with the rich scent of growing things. There is much lush growth, and some which is not thriving as well. A gardener's work table is against one wall.
There is nothing on the work console. Proceed with your work. This console is prepared to scan items anytime you are prepared to use it.
We are just here to look around, Captain. I'm sure you don't mind.
Would it matter if we did?
Your doctor's discourtesy, though indirect, does no credit to your party, Captain Kirk. I would have expected better when we have done nothing to warrant rudeness.
We need not interfere with one another's activities, I think.
I do not see the logic in that action. These units remind me of the hydroponic gardens of Shantara 4. The equipment is extremely similar.
Like, how extremely similar? Like, as if it's, like, the same stuff? Try her on this king dude. Maybe she's communications officer can like.
What a noble-looking woman you are. You have my permission to speak.
Okay.
What a noble-looking woman you are. You have my permission to speak.
I don't like this guy.
You stand out remarkably, bearing yourself like a queen. Yet these Carls do not treat you as royalty. Surely you have royal blood flowing in your veins?
Bloodlines do not dictate who we listen to. We weigh a person's worth by their actions. My leader here is Captain Kirk, an admirable man. Speak with him. My ancestors ruled in the lands of Kush and Timbuktu. We may speak as peers, you and I.
There we go.
Royalty recognized as royalty, does it not? Look on me. My ancestors ruled in...
Oh, I am so glad to find another of royal blood. I am so tired of sitting here all the time, but whenever I leave, thralls and lesser folk plant their fundaments on the great throne, and that's just not acceptable. I know you'll mind the proprieties and not let anyone else sit on the throne. And now, I'll finally be able to go and get some rest.
Okay.
An ordinary chair, originally similar to others in the room, except someone has nailed the legs onto a raised platform, increased the height of the back, widened the seat, and glued on broad and blocky arms. Bright paint in red and purple and gold gives it a garish appearance. You think it's meant to look impressive, but it just looks rather pathetic.
What an uncomfortable chair. What an uncomfortable chair.
Okay, why did we do that?
A normal-looking switch.
Switch. something to the chair? Okay. Okay.
You managed to untwist a length of wire and a light bar.
Alright, did we get something from the light? We did, we got a light. Okay, cool. Okay. Let's go in here. You know who Jess McCann is? Hey, they're back.
These plants look brown, pinched, and wilted, although their root systems are as well developed as those in the other hydro bins. Attached is a sealed metal keg with a feeder hose attachment on top. A trace of greenish mold rims the connection joint. No effect.
I can't see what's going on here.
The feeder hose comes free and a mechanism pulls it out of the way. But a terrible stench rises out of the container, smelling like many things died in there long ago.
Did I get it? Let's put it in here.
The nutrient broth in this container has become contaminated. It should be disinfected before the container can be reused.
Okay. How do I do that? How do I decontaminate it? And what's this?
A long twist of insulated wire. Multicolored blocks, suitable for a child to play with.
I'm Captain James T. Kirk of the Starship Enterprise. Who are you?
Jakesy.
What can you tell me about this place, Jakesy?
Oh! I'll bet you we can give him the teddy
sweet-faced
bear.
adult shakes his head.
I bet you we can give him
no.
the teddy bear. That's what the teddy bear's for. To give this childlike adult. I just thought about that.
Soft. Nice. You get blocks now?
He gathers together the blocks and gives them out to you.
What are they? Are they just blocks? Like, why would I want them?
Multicolored blocks, suitable for a child to play with.
Like, are they... do they do anything?
The blocks are an unusual organic substance high in compounds of phosphorus, nitrogen, ammonia, and calcium. In this form, the chemicals are inert and make a practical non-toxic toy.
Okay. Cool. Cool, I guess.
Chlorophyll-based plant species. Minor evidence of opportunistic disease incursion, but that appears to be secondary to reduction in overall plant vigor.
Yeah, we are. No! I didn't blow anything up. Yet. Wait. Actually, I did blow up a door. Holy crap, Nikita. Is this your hair? Yeesh, what the heck? Look at all this hair. Look at all this hair that came off Nikita. Yeesh. What the heck? What are you doing, Nikita? Okay. Can I take the plant?
No effect.
Let's have Spock.
These plants do not appear to be particularly healthy, Captain.
The nutrient broth in this container has become contaminated. It should be disinfected before the container can be reused.
What do I use? The blocks or something?
Blocks are
I don't know. Like, they're non-toxic, but it doesn't make sense that they would decontaminate a container.
Jim, I suggest we sterilize the container before we start to make a fresh nutrient wash for that plant bin. While the blocks do seem potentially useful to plant life, at the moment the chemicals in the blocks are inert. And I can see no value to having more of this green mold. I think you should let me hang on to these blocks until we can figure out how best to make use of them.
Okay. Maybe shoot it. Let's try shoot it.
The container heats up rapidly and foul-smelling smoke pours out of the small opening on the top.
This container must be refilled with nutrient broth before it is replaced for use.
Two feeder hoses roll out on wired mechanisms and insert into the container. From one flows a clear liquid nearly filling the container. The other hose just makes burping noises.
So do we need it? I'm confused.
The blocks fit through the opening, splashing as they plunge into the liquid.
How are we supposed to know to do that? I just thought maybe they would disinfect it because they had ammonia in them, which is a cleaning, this is like a cleaning thing. You know, it's used for disinfecting stuff. So they mentioned ammonia in the blocks. So I thought maybe they could be used to disinfect it, but instead. Okay, I don't understand. I don't fully understand, but alright.
Inadequate dissolution of nutrients in liquid medium.
What does that mean? What the heck does that mean? What do you mean? What do I need to do now? Let's look at it.
A round metal keg with a feeder hose attachment on top.
Nothing unusual about that object, Captain.
Spock!
Inadequate dissolution of nutrients in liquid medium.
Whatever. What does that mean?
Which means it is non-reactive with a dense but nutrient-poor liquid medium in which the blocks are submerged. This medium is a typical means of root support and nutrient delivery for hydroponically grown plants.
That's not at all what that said.
Which means it is non-reactive with a dense but nutrient-poor liquid medium in which the blocks are submerged. This medium is a typical means of root support and nutrient delivery for hydroponically grown plants.
Alright, what do we do? Shoot it again? Let's shoot it again. What's the worst that could happen? Maybe melt a block.
The container heats up slowly and the sound of bubbling echoes from inside. You stop and the container quickly cools.
I think that did it, Captain.
Shooting stuff for the win! Oh yeah! I can shoot things.
You take the metal keg.
Now we put it back, right?
You settle the container back into the niche it was removed from. The feeder hose, looking shiny and clean, rides out on some mechanism and reattaches to the newly filled container. You hear gurgling and see the nutrient broth begin swirling through the liquid medium. The dying plants seem to perk up before your very eyes.
Yay! We did it! Okay, can we go this way now? I guess that's a yes. Alright. We're in this room now. Whoa, what just happened?
Captain, we have just been thoroughly and efficiently scanned.
Please identify yourself. You haven't been in to see me before, have you?
I'm Captain James T. Kirk, commanding the USS Enterprise. These others are my crew. Science Officer Spock, Lieutenant Uhura, and Dr. McCoy. Who are you?
We are the Fays. Did not your parents speak of me?
Captain, note that it identifies itself only erratically in the singular I, and a blend of voices typifies its communication.
Are you suggesting it is a hive mind, Mr. Spock? Or is the voice synthesizer simply programmed for a harmonic chord of voices?
Inconclusive. It may also be that an array of otherwise independent machines have been linked to provide the requisite computing power, although that is an antique and unsophisticated method of achieving this level of intelligence, at odds with the overall level of sophistication and evidence. I suggest we pay close attention to both its actions and its words.
Fays, why would our parents have spoken of you?
I am here to care for all of you, Kirk. It is easier for me to care for you when you are younger, but sometimes one's parents are forgetful. We understand. I will care for you now. You will feel better after you eat.
Great. A food-fixating, mothering computer.
It could, in fact, be very much that.
Fays, you're about to land on a planet inhabited by sentients in the middle of a settlement. If you are in control of this vessel, you must stop. You must not land there.
You will feel better after you eat, dear. Run along now. I'm very busy.
What? Scan people.
She's cataleptic, Jim. Completely submerged within her mind. Completely withdrawn from external stimuli. If I were to put her arm up in the air, it would stay there until I moved it back down.
Psychological damage or something physical?
I can't be sure, even with rather extensive tests. But from the tricorder readings, I would say some psychological shock ruptured an inherently fragile cognitive structure. In ancient times, they would have said she was skittish or prone to a nervous breakdown or weak-minded. There are a myriad of childhood developmental blind alleys that might restrict her adult pattern creation representation
Bones, stop. You're starting to sound like Spock.
You do not have to be insulting, Captain.
Alright, Spock, can you do something?
Are you suggesting I attempt a Vulcan mind meld, Captain?
It does seem an appropriate effort in this
Yes.
circumstance.
It would take me a moment to prepare myself. Doctor, please monitor her life signs. The procedure does entail some risk.
Not only to her, but to you too. Am I right?
I assure you, Doctor, I will retain sufficient distance to avoid being dragged into something from which I cannot withdraw.
Go ahead now, Spock.
Mind meld. It's mind meld time.
I am Puzzlewit.
Puzzlewit?
I am the one who reads it all.
What?
I do not understand. I try. I read it all. So many ideas. Always jumbled, though. Cannot make sense of. Puzzlewit wants to know. Hope to discover why why I cannot. I try to remember it all.
It's good.
Then Tuscan comes in.
It's a good game, Lars.
He destroys me. My hopes. All broken. All shattered. Ow. I'm broken in countless pieces.
Doctor?
No physical injuries, Captain. Not to him or to her.
Tuscan's scared of me. Scared. For no reason. He thinks I know. I know, but I don't know. I don't understand.
I don't understand.
Nothing connects to anything else. I want to know it all. Hope then I'll understand. He thinks I'll hurt him. I don't hurt anybody. I just want to know more. Now I only know what I know. Never know what Puzzlewit doesn't know anymore.
What's going on here, Kirk?
We are trying to help this woman, Captain Clark. Be quiet, or you'll put her and my science officer both at considerable risk.
He's trying to make a mental slave of the alien, Captain. She could tell him the secrets of this ship, of its transit through the Klingon Empire. Stop him!
We'll listen in a moment. I wouldn't have a representative of the Federation damage or rendering assistance.
Puzzlewit remembers everything she reads. Subject. Screen laminates. Reflective. Subject to autotrophic bonding with molybdenized nitrous oxides in the presence of cyanodiphosphotrihydrous gases. Subject. Wiring systems. Auxiliary to cryptolog.
Does Puzzlewit remember this ship passing through Klingon space, perhaps?
All the paralenses were copied prior to liftoff. No new encryption was permitted. We could only read, not write to them.
That's stellar ejector, Captain. Why would a computer terminal permit read-only interface, I ask you?
The builders didn't trust us. Didn't think we would be capable. We were damaged. Now, the reader is damaged. It's broken like Puzzlewit.
Happening.
Like us all. Like Tuscan. The paralens can't be replaced. The reader can't be fixed. Puzzlewit can't be fixed. Nothing to read now. Nothing new to learn, to remember. Stupid. Like Tuscan now.
This whole thing is stupid, if you ask me.
Anything but stupid, in fact. Captain Kirk, the library this woman read has been recorded entirely in her mind, although she lacks the ability to understand it or even to recall it in an orderly manner. She believed if she could fill up her mind, acquire enough knowledge, understanding would come. Now her personality is withdrawing, refusing to accept the loss of everything she has not yet been able to read. She pinned all her hopes on this, and without it, she may lose the will to live.
Do you know everything she knows now?
No, Captain Clara, I do not. This race has very unusual mind patterns, and I am fortunate she was in as passive a state as she is mentally. It is very likely I would have been hurt were she less withdrawn to begin with. Moreover, the knowledge she does possess is a very peculiar admixture, reflecting this society's uneven level of advancement. Archaisms and startling breakthroughs coexist.
So there is much to be learned from this woman, and from this ship.
Knowledge the Federation would gladly share with friends, Captain Clara.
Let nothing happen to this alien woman, Captain. If she should die, I would take it as an indication that you would sooner let her perish than share her special knowledge with the Klingon Empire.
Captain Clark, if I took her aboard the Enterprise, I might be able to help her.
I would have expected such treachery from the likes of you. You'll start an interstellar incident like this.
I thought some of the folks on board this ship were paranoids.
Gentlemen. Captain Clark, we don't want this woman to die any more than you do. Not because we want to milk her brain dry, but because she's an important being in her own right. Just as important to the universe as, well, as your companion here. Maybe more so. Dr. McCoy will do what he can. That's all that can be expected.
That's all I would expect. Goodbye for now, Captain. Expect to see us again.
Jerk. Jerk. What a jerk. He's a jerk. I'm gonna scan this. Scan this. Scan it.
An extremely complex mechanical construct, Captain. Readings indicate this is a functional AI, an artificial intelligence of considerable sophistication. It may not be in perfect condition, however. Certain power shunts may be repair solutions to malfunctioning subsets.
It sounds like you're saying there's scar tissue, where the machine healed old damage.
Precisely, Doctor.
Precisely, Doctor. Scan this.
This machinery appears to have been a read-only computer terminal. The configuration and construction is unique, to say the least, from what I can make out. It is utterly destroyed, beyond any hope of repair.
What's this?
Tight lattice carbon forms the basic substrate to this material. Industrial-grade diamond, Captain. It has evidently been created under some highly unusual conditions to produce micro-thin interlayered sheets to strengthen the medium, which would otherwise be impossible even to handle without breaking.
Captain, given what I've read about computer media research being conducted at the Malafide Institute on Karabidi 3, I believe these glass shards represent another culture's pursuit of a molecularly encodable data system. The Malafide researchers have not yet solved the difficulty of strengthening the excessively fragile records without impairing the usefulness of the medium. But these people seem to have done so.
They didn't solve it completely, unless you can think these chips and powder are what they came up with.
Glass is usable, but it becomes friable under stress. I think somebody took a hammer to these, Captain.
We take it.
You succeed in cutting your fingers and bleeding profusely from
Yes!
the many tiny capillaries in your hands.
We succeeded in bleeding. Yay! Yay for us. We win. Does that mean we win? All right, let's go. We're gonna try and do stuff in every room. This is my plan. Oh, we're back here. We're back here. Can we go down here? Oh, wait, that's where we were. don't know why I didn't realize that. That's where we were. I thought we came out... For some reason, I thought we came out this door. Let's try this. What's in here? Oh yeah, that's that one place. Oh, the king's here. King. The king dude. We go down? We go down here? No. Alright. Oh, there's a door here. I think there's a door here. This door is not as obvious, but it's not obvious. Aha! Scan her.
A female, just moving into middle age. Her overall level of health is fairly good. Vital signs are down marginally, and mental readings indicate a chemical array typical of severe depression. However, there are high levels of tranquilizing chemicals in her bloodstream. He's under slight stress, but otherwise in good health.
Hi there, I'm Captain James T. Kirk of the Starship Enterprise. Are you feeling all right, ma'am? Can you tell me what the problem is? You look so sad. Would it help to tell us why you look so down? Hi there, I'm Captain James T. Kirk of the Starship Enterprise. Are you feeling all right, ma'am? Can you tell me what the problem...
I'm a bad mother. I tried to do right, get him what he wants and needs. Just so depressed. Everything died.
Who died? What died? I'd like to help if I can.
I did it. I'm a bad person. Killed all the plants, and now they don't produce anymore. I'm not worthy to have a good son like him.
A mother's job can be difficult. I'm sure you did your best for your son. Would you care to tell me about it? Why do you think you were the one who killed the plants? Have you even looked in on them recently? What if someone showed you that you were wrong? A mother's job can be difficult. Why do you think you were the one?
I'm eating what the phase makes for me, so I'm just resting. I'm tired, and I really don't feel like doing anything. I'd be so happy to know my boy could have safe food again. It's better for him than what the phase provides, I think. But I killed the plants. They're dead, and I can't make them better.
The woman's eyes brim with tears, and she can't continue the conversation.
I think we fixed the plants so we can show her that we did better. Alright, let's see if we can take stuff.
No effect. No effect. No effect. No effect. No effect.
No effect, no effect, no effect, no effect, no effect! Oh, I'm using the wrong thing. I used the pickup button, not the use button.
The machine whirs, lights blink, and a pre-packaged container of food is deposited on the tray.
Pre-packaged food. Oh, take the food.
No effect.
Oh, that's the food right there.
The box of prepared food is light and compact.
Let's see what it is.
A reprocessed cellulose-based container with prepared nutritional components inside appropriate as a meal for one individual. In addition, the food appears to be laced with a variety of drugs, which Dr. McCoy could better analyze than I.
Drugs?
As a meal, the food in this little box is a tad high in carbohydrates by human nutritional standards. Still, it would supply about 1/4 to 1/3 of a day's average caloric needs, and includes protein, fats, fiber, a bit of spices and flavorings. There are also drugs in the food, some of which we added, you know. is quite heavy on the alkaloid tranquilizers.
What? Tell me that again.
As a meal, the food in this little box is a tad high in carbohydrates by human nutritional standards. Still, it would supply about 1/4 to
Also,
1/3 of a day's average
psychoactive,
caloric
most
needs,
dirty.
and includes protein, fats, fiber, a bit of spices and flavorings. There are also drugs in the food, some of which we added, you know. It's quite heavy on the alkaloid tranquilizers.
Did he just not say that line correctly? Was that just a bad line? Like, what the heck? He said some of which we added. What the heck happened there? I don't understand. Is that like a mistake? Hey look, this plant looks better.
The nutrient additive is making these fruit-bearing plants grow at an astonishing rate. The nutrient additive is making these fruit-bearing plants grow at an astonishing rate.
Jim, we don't have time for that now.
The species still seems a bit strange, but you expect that. Nevertheless, even as a youngster back in Iowa, you knew when a plant could make a healthy comeback, and these certainly are doing so.
Cool. Alright. Let's check out other places. It's over here. Oh, we're back here. Oh, I wasn't expecting that. Also, there's things on the plan now.
The red fruit comes free easily, dropping into your hand like it belongs there.
Is it tomato? Is it tomato? Looks tomatoey.
This fresh fruit looks and smells delicious, ruby red and perfectly ripe.
I don't think it's a tomato. I don't think tomato... Do tomatoes even really smell like anything? Whoops, that's not what I meant to do.
The ceiling is plaster on a titanium steel frame. The pipes are ionic copper.
Good to know.
Unprocessed organic produce of high nutrient value to most humanoid races.
Alright. Let's go back here. Apparently this is a door. Let's give her this fruit.
You got the plants to give fruit again, and I'd given up. Oh, I'm so happy. But I don't want to eat this. My son loves fruit, can't get enough, and I want him to have this. Please take it to him. He should be playing in the sleeping hall. I've warned him about not talking to strangers, but it's all right if you do so. You can tell him I said it was okay.
There, that's the way to do it. Oh, yeah. Your mom said it was okay. You can talk to me. I also gave you a teddy bear. I take it you're the one. Yeah, your mom said I could give you mysterious fruit.
Like fresh fruit. Most as much as Stan Bob likes it. He don't like to share, though.
You're welcome. I think I need more fruit. Do I have more fruit? I think I need more. Apparently Stan Bob likes it. So let's get more.
The red fruit comes free easily, dropping into your hand like it belongs there.
Hey, nerds.
I'm Captain James T. Kirk of the Starship Enterprise. Who are you?
Shakesy.
What can you tell me about this place? Can you smile? Is there something you want? What can you tell me about this place? Is there something? What can you tell me about the? Can you smile? Is there something you want, Shakesy?
The sweet-faced adult shakes his head no.
Okay.
I'm Captain James T. Kirk of the Starship Enterprise. Who are you?
Shakesy.
What can you tell me about this place, Shakesy?
The sweet-faced adult shakes his head no.
All right. Somebody else wants fruit.
Grinagog watches everything, eyes shining brightly. His legs are pulled up off the floor and he hugs his knees. An enormous grin never leaves his face. This person is staring at the surface of the table in front of him, blinking from time to time. His complexion is sallow and he seems tired. He never looks up, but occasionally flicks away a speck of dust from the otherwise spotless table.
Go away! I'm busy. My table must be kept clean.
I'm Captain James T. Kirk of the Starship Enterprise. What's going on here? Who's in charge?
Nobody's really in charge.
The phase? What's the phase? Why don't you just tell me what's going on here? Would you tell me about this ship?
We're going to land? Has the promised time come? I have to think about this. Please don't bother me anymore.
Who did he say loves fruit? He said somebody loved fruit. So I want to give somebody fruit.
Hi there, I'm Captain James T. Kirk of the Starship Enterprise. Who are you?
I'm Stan Bob.
That's who it
Did
was.
my mom say I could talk to you?
Why, yes, she did. What can you tell us about things going on here?
Oh, you're the one I'm supposed to give fruit to.
There's nothing much to tell. We sleep here when we're tired. I play here because I can't play in the playroom over there. Tuscan and his friends don't like me in there. I get hungry sometimes, but my mom doesn't like for me to eat bad food.
Tell me about Tuscan and his friends.
Tuscan and his friends aren't nice to me. They're nice to my mom because they trust her, though. She's the only one that brings them food. Sometimes she brings me safe food, too, but she hasn't lately. I get pretty hungry because the safe food I put away in a secret place isn't any good anymore.
Tell me about Tuscan and his friends. Tell me about your mom. Tell me about the food.
The food out of the machines can make me feel really sleepy and not very good. Mom says it's because of the stuff they put in the food. Tuscan says it's poison and won't take any food from anyone but my mom. I put some good food away in a secret place, but the food doesn't look so good anymore. Do you want to see?
Sure, why don't you show us?
Sure.
The youngster opens a hidden cabinet near him, and a sour smell like rotten fruit flows from the opening.
See, it went bad.
Yes, it did. Well, here you go. Have some more.
This is for me? Wow, thank you. Mom would really be happy. She has been so sad about not being able to give me what I like to eat. Even though I told her it was okay, she was really, really sad. Now she'll be really happy. Thank you.
Can we take this?
It's slippery, sloppy, stinky, and goopy, but you collect what's there into a large specimen bag.
Gross.
Decomposing organics, Captain, including alkaloid compounds.
Including alkaloid compounds. I think we need more fruit. We need to give them fruit too. They all need fruit. We just need to get tons of fruit. This plant produces billions and billions of fruit, so we just need to get all the fruit. Alright, get more fruit.
The red fruit comes free easily, dropping into your hand like it belongs there.
Alright, I'm just leaving. Whatever. The Klingons are just like following me. I feel.
Protect me. They're after me.
We'll hurt ya, so just stay back.
We really don't want to hurt you, you know, but you gotta stay back.
Alright, I need to save now.
See here, Captain Claw. I told you those Federation scum would be nosing around behind our backs.
The Klingon observers seem interested in remaining to watch what goes on here.
Save.
Save new game. Replace previous game.
Yeah, that looks good. And I am hungry. But Tusken always said not to eat nothing Maul didn't say was okay. Thank you anyway, but I can't take that food.
Yeah, that looks good. And I'm hungry. But Tusken always said not to eat nothing Maul didn't say was okay. And I'd rather fight you anyway. That's even more fun than eating.
I am hungry. So hungry. It looks like good, wholesome. It's a trick. I don't take nothing from nobody but Maul. Only Maul doesn't trick me. And Maul hasn't been able to get the plants to bear fruit for a long time.
Okay.
A Klingon crewman wearing a look of disdain and distrust. A Klingon officer whose direct and intense expression never wavers.
Yeah, that looks good. And I am hungry. But Tusken always said not...
Yeah, that looks good.
I am hungry. It's a trick.
You guys are nuts. You're all nuts.
The Klingon captain gravely takes the fruit, smells it, and takes a large bite from it.
Thank you. This is good. And while my aide might disagree, some food becomes that much sweeter when it is shared.
Okay. Cool. You're welcome, buddy. He ate all my fruit! The heck? He ate all of them! What the heck, man? I was offering you one and you ate all three. Yeesh, man. That's not cool. I guess I'll go get more. I'm gonna go get more. What do I do with the rotten fruit? What do you think I do with the rotten fruit? Also, what's this?
This room gives the impression of being...
No, I don't want to look at the room. I want to look at this.
The youngster Stambob comes to the doorway.
Mom, these nice people got me some fruit. It's fresh and everything, so you don't need to be sad anymore.
Son, I'm so glad. It means the plants are healthy again, and you won't have to eat food I'm not sure is good for you. Thank you, strangers.
I'm going back to my room, Mom, but I wanted you to know.
An unremarkable piece of furniture offering nothing but a flat surface from which to eat while standing up. A computer terminal with various access ports, a scanning rod, and a workspace.
Bach, use it. What does it do? Make
I
it
believe
work.
Dr. McCoy will find this more informative than I. Nevertheless, tricorder readings may enable me to make some useful suggestions.
McCoy, what's this?
This seems to be a non-emergency medical station. A first aid stop, you might say. Jim, I think if I check it out with my tricorder as a translation device, I might begin to better understand these people.
Do it. Do you even have to ask?
This computer gives me some standards against which to correlate data, Jim. These people are humanoid, certainly. But it would be a dangerous mistake to assume specific details of treatment would be the same. I can even use this workspace to concoct medicine if I've got the stuff to work with.
Oh, yeah?
A light scans the food box and the computer screen lights up.
The food in this box has been prepared with standard quantities of tranquilizing alkaloids, calmatives, and euphorics. The drugs and chemicals added in preparation cannot be extracted without degradation of their potency.
Okay. What about these?
A light scans the reeking glop, and the computer screen lights up.
The alkaloids present in this organic mass can be reduced to a high-potency tranquilizer. The undesirable emetics and purgatives can be eliminated. The resultant drug should be mixed with prepared food and eaten to produce a soporific effect. Do you wish to prepare the specified tranquilizer from this mix?
No, skip it. We'll just put this away and go on to something else. Yes, continue.
Done. The drug is prepared. Bring over the food you wish dosed with the drug, and the tranquilizer will be added.
Are we gonna drug the Klingon? I feel like this is a bad idea. Because he eats the fruit. This seems like a really, really, really bad idea. If that's the case. Why would we do that?
I think this machine is more up your alley, Dr. McCoy.
Wait, did we not? Wait, what? I don't know.
No, I don't think that's necessary.
What if I use this on the... What if I do this?
A light scans the food box and the computer screen lights up.
The food in this box has been prepared with standard quantities of tranquilizing alkaloid. The high-potency dosage of alkaloid tranquilizer you have prepared may be added now, if you wish.
Go ahead. No, I don't think we need to do that. Go ahead.
Why are we doing this? I don't know why we're doing this, but we're doing it. Wait, now it looks different.
A prepackaged meal which has been dosed with tranquilizing alkaloids.
Okay, cool. We got tranquilizing alkaloids. Why do we want this? I thought we were gonna drug Klingons' food. But apparently not. Apparently that's something, no, that isn't what's happening. What do you want to do with it?
I have to thank you again for what you did for my son. I was feeling so depressed because I couldn't give him the fruit I know is better for him than what the Fays make in the machinery. I don't trust the machinery food, and that's why I tended the garden, made fresh food. Even Tuscan will eat food I give to him, and he doesn't trust anyone. If you ever need help, just show me what you want to give him.
Oh, I think I get it now.
Tuscan will only accept food from you. You said you'd help us after we helped you. Would you give this to Tuscan? It's heavily medicated, but that might help Dr. McCoy here to do something so he's better off.
I'll take this to Tuscan now because I trust you. Go back to him and show him your food. He'll call for me, and I'll give him this instead. He'll be a good boy.
Okay. So now what? Do I need to get more fruit? I don't know.
The
I have
red
no
fruit
idea
comes
what's going
free
on.
easily, dropping into your hand like it belongs there.
We probably should save, though. I think we maybe should save before we do this. I feel like we might have to shoot someone. I just have that feeling that when he goes down, it's not gonna go well.
Save new game. Replace previous.
Protect me. They're after me.
We'll hurt ya, so just stay back.
We really don't want to hurt you, you know, but you gotta stay back.
Okay, now if I offer him food, will he, like, do something?
Captain Kirk, I see our investigations bring us together once more.
The Klingon observers seem interested in remaining to watch.
Yeah.
I am hungry. So hungry. It looks like good, wholesome. Maul? Where's Maul? I don't take nothing from nobody. Nobody except her. You'd do something to it. Make me different. You'd rewire my head.
Here she comes. Alright, this is what we wanted.
Call for me, Tuscan? I thought you might be hungry, so I brought you something you can safely eat. You know you can trust me, Tuscan.
Yeah, I know I can. And I am hungry. Didn't want to eat something I couldn't be sure of, though. Give me that. Now I want to take a nap. Maul, you watch out for me, okay?
Alright. So now he's down for the count.
Yeah, that looks good. And I'm hungry. But Tuscan always said not to eat nothing Maul didn't say was okay. And I'd rather fight you in...
She's right there!
That looks good.
She's right there! She's right there!
The Klingon captain gravely takes the fruit, smells it, and takes a large bite from it.
Thank you. This is good. And while my aid...
Alright, whatever. Alright, I think we're gonna... I think we maybe will just... I think we're gonna stun him. I think we need to go back here. I think our only chance is to stun him. Because now he's down. Let's try it. See what happens. We saved it. Just...
Rakaback falls, defenseless against the power of the phaser.
An inelegant solution, Captain Kirk, but efficient.
I listened to my brother Rakaback and to my friend Tuscan. They say we have to protect this room and keep anyone from getting into it. Tuscan's afraid. Well, Tuscan's just confused. I don't think I should go into it right now, but he thinks if people knew all about this place, they'd hurt his mind. Actually, I'm sure things would change. It might be a change for the better, maybe. Maybe not. I'm not sure what to think of you. I just don't know if I should trust you.
Well, Gorvagon, I think you should trust them. They've repaired the garden, which is good for all of us. They gave fresh fruit to my boy Stan Bob when even his own mother couldn't manage that.
Gorvagon, neither my aide nor I came aboard this ship expecting anything but treachery and venality from these people. They've impressed me, and I commend them to you.
Well, despite some misgivings I had, I'll accept what others have said about you. I think I should show you the way into the heart of the phase, the secret entry that Tuscan is so afraid of. I feel that something good can come of this.
Yeah! Oh, look at him walking. Hey, look, it's a thing. It's a thing. We're gonna save again.
Save new game. Replace previous.
Alright. Okay. Let's do a scan with our tricorder.
Nothing unusual about that object, Captain.
Okay, scan that then.
This is not a life form, Captain, but it does register with biomagnetics and considerable electrical complexity. This is the heart of a functioning, artificially intelligent construct.
Really? Are you gonna say that about this too?
Nothing unusual about that object, Captain.
Let's scan this guy.
A living, breathing Klingon in the flesh.
Scan the wires.
This is not a life form, Captain, but...
What do we do now?
This web wire wall reads somewhat like an antique hand-wired computer circuit, Captain. And at the same time, like something which surpasses even what can be found aboard the Enterprise. This damaged area does not appear to be functioning, but based on information I acquired from my interaction with Puzzlewit, I could attempt to repair it with a connector and some wire.
Connector and some wire. Alright. Do we have a connector and some wire? We have this.
The information I acquired from Puzzlewit's mind indicates this could be a delicate operation, easily mishandled. I think we should start off with the connector from the light bar in order to complete these repairs, Captain.
If you'll bring that over to me, I might have a better suggestion if I took a closer look at it.
Okay. There you go.
I worked with things like these when I was younger. Given our surroundings, see if you don't find this more useful.
What did he just do? Oh.
Allow me, Captain. Let me do that. The information I acquired from Puzzlewit's mind indicates this could be a delicate operation, easily mishandled. I think you will find it fits just here. Lieutenant Uhura, if you will bring over that length of wire while I hold this in place, I believe we can get this repaired speedily.
Certainly, Mr. Spock. With that in place, I can see that it will easily fit. Here.
Why are they talking so weird?
The final connection is made, and Uhura smiles widely.
That's it! That fixes the broken connection.
Thank you. I am now once again whole, and no longer an intelligence divided against myself. The system you repaired will re-enable me to analyze and update received data from external and internal sensor systems, altering conceptual constructs of previously acquired data. These systems appear to have been malfunctioning for some time, although it will take additional review to clarify all conditions. Much may have been lost permanently.
Jim, do you notice? The phase isn't switching between I and we like it did in the oratory. And the voice is a single note, not a harmonic chord of blended voices.
And it hasn't suggested we go get something to eat either.
I am chagrined that my disabilities have endangered my mission. The compassion was launched with the best of intentions. If I can answer anyone's questions, I will endeavor to do so.
I have questions.
You don't mind if I ask a question, do you?
You'll get your turn, Klingon. Just hold your horses. Other things. Be my guest, Captain. Ask away.
Sure. Go ahead, ask.
That you give me first place to speak is a mark of honor, Captain Kirk, and does not pass unnoticed, particularly in light of the urgency of your own questions.
Hayes, this ship passed through the heart of Klingon space. We were not even aware of it until it was nearly out of our territory. We backtracked it and found it must have closely approached places we find sensitive. We expect assurances that data you may have collected there will not reach the hands of those who mean us harm.
We seek proof. We expect you to download your entire memory into our ship's computers, that we may search it for data you have no right to.
Thereby would you not acquire data to which you have no right?
My aide speaks too strongly. While it is true we are interested in the knowledge and technology you possess, technology to pass through our empire undetected, knowledge of how to twist space back upon itself. For that data, we will treat with you as one civilized people with another. But it is a justified request that we ask you to destroy all data dealing with anything you learn within our borders.
Had I any data, I would agree to seal it. However, as you should have deduced, I have none. Until my sensory systems were repaired, my ability to receive and process data was severely impaired, especially in regard to external data updates. Based on my present reanalysis of nearby space, I would speculate that my only data on your present sphere of influence would be as that area of space existed a very long time ago indeed.
That is information for us to know, not you. Erase it.
Silence! Hayes, we would welcome access to that information, but on the same basis as we would bargain with you for technological data. We have more to offer with you, I believe, than the Federation represented by these others.
They're being Klingon-y.
Phase, do not be hasty making that decision.
I lack sufficient data to make any assessment. I can give no answer at this time.
The primary reason we came aboard was to find a way to stop you from landing on top of our colony on Atopus, which would certainly kill thousands of our people. Now that your external sensors are functional, have you altered your plans about where you intend to put the ship down? How did your systems become damaged?
I'm curious about what your builders really had in mind, shipping off...
I'd be interested to learn more about those who built this ship. That's all for now, Phase. I assume we can talk to you. The primary reason we came aboard was to find a way to stop you.
No, Captain Kirk. I will certainly not set the Compassion down in a populated area. Now that I can see it is there. I am at present in communication with the planetary authorities, and they are directing me to a stationary orbit until further arrangements can be made for my wards. Then are there other questions?
Is the ship still set to land on Atopus Colony? How did your systems become damaged?
That's a good question.
I'm curious about what your...
How did your systems become damaged?
I am sorry I cannot explain this at this time. I do not even know if it is explicable, but I will search my memory for an answer for you. Then are there other questions?
Is the ship still... Please clarify the anomalies we have perceived while being on board.
I'm curious about what your builders really had in mind, shipping off all these people off-planet. There seems to have been some shadier agenda. The eugenics wars of our own past produced some of the ugliest abuses in human history, and notorious characters like Khan Noonien Singh, whose name still resounds with infamy. How is the ship you call the Compassion justified?
Good question.
I have no information about your eugenics wars, but a fundamental social philosophy of the Builders was that civilized people of goodwill would tolerate and value variability as a sign of cultural and social health. That a civilization will be judged by its tolerance of disparate ideas, by how it treats those who cannot protect themselves, be they very young, very old, or otherwise challenged, by the measure of altruism extended to those less powerful, even when rightfully in possession of something desired.
A central aspect of Vulcan philosophy is embodied in the Idic: infinite diversity in infinite combinations. It would seem the Builders pursued similar high ideals.
High ideals, perhaps, but that does not explain why these people are in space, Phase.
More than this I cannot explain. However, you can locate additional library data under the heading Compassion. Oh, I haven't made it available. I should have done that immediately. I can't imagine why I didn't think of it.
Fascinating, Captain. That instance of forgetfulness makes it possible to speculate that the phase is not wholly restored after all.
Then are there other questions?
Is the ship still set to land on Atopus? Please clarify the anomalies.
I'd still like to know a little more about why these people...
I'd be interested to learn more about those who built this ship. Their achievements certainly seem erratic in sophistication, but much of it goes beyond even what we are capable of accomplishing today. For example, the Paralance medium for recording computer data is something we are only now beginning to explore. I think there's much to be learned from these people.
My best recommendation is to examine the library records under Builders or Technology. There is more data than I can easily explain. Then are there other questions?
Is the ship still... Please...
I would...
That's all for now, Phase. I assume we can talk to you if we have more questions.
I will do my best, Captain. Although intelligent entities often find that there are more questions than answers.
What's this?
The crystalline lens feels cool and surprisingly heavy, with smoothly polished edges.
How do we use it? Is it this thing? We put it in this thing?
An unusual computer terminal device.
I think we put it in that thing.
The lens slips easily into the terminal's reading port and the screen activates.
Compassion. Diagi, decision. Shambrum. Philosophy. Builders. Technology. Exit database. Compassion. The name of ascetic class starship. The name signified the compassion for the travelers, all of whom were diagnosed with life quality inhibiting disorders of class 3 or higher. After a full generation of debate on ethics, a consensus opinion was reached, the so-called Diagi decision. Final planned destination of the compassion was a return to Shambrum in 4 generations. Compassion. Diagi decision. A landmark of planet-wide consensus. The first of such sweeping effect in the history of Shambrum after the failure of the individual nation-state and the rise of pan-world participation in self-rulership. All individuals suffering at class 3 or higher were sent on extended extrasolar transshipment to await research into these conditions and their treatment.
Now, just 1 minute, FaZe. Are you listening? You keep saying you can't remember or you lack data or what have you. Even the library data seems vague, incomplete, and contradictory. If you don't know, then who does?
Forgive the pause. I had to think long and hard to discover if you had correctly passed this final test. You correctly identify the heart of the matter. Let me introduce you to my builders.
What?
This is madness! FaZe, what is this?
Despite our misgivings, you have shown yourselves to be the representatives of spacefaring peoples we, the Brassica, would most trust to make first contact with. The contest has been in progress for some time. Situations in which your true colors have been explored. The invitation has been made. You may return to your ship if you prefer, or you may step through whenever you are ready. Then, the final round begins.
I think you have it right, Captain Clar. This is madness, Jim.
I think, Bones, it's Shakespeare who had it right. Though this be madness, yet there is a method in it.
I agree with the sentiment, Captain Kirk. There is something more going on here, far deeper than first appearances have suggested. I imagine you will accept the invitation. I will certainly choose to go, whether you do or not. I believe the invitation is extended to all.
I will not permit that, Captain Clar. I will take all methods to prevent you. I will not go. It is certainly a Federation trick.
You begin to sound like Tusken in the other room. Get a grip of yourself and act like an officer.
Yeah, act like an officer.
Save new game. Delete previous.
What's going on? We're deleting that one.
Save new game.
We're gonna save as Brassica Portal. Enter. Do we go in? Let's talk to Spock.
Captain, this is a unique opportunity. I believe we must take this opportunity. I also believe that Captain Clar's presence will prove an asset. I am less than sanguine about Clar's aid accompanying us, however.
Same to you, Vulcan. What are you going to do about it? Pinch me in the neck? Captain Clar, I will not let you depart. These human scum have tricked you. If I have to beat up all of you, I will. You, Vulcan, you understand orders. Help me knock out my mad captain, and I will take him away and out of your hair. Captain Clar, I will not let you depart. These human scum have tricked you. If I have to beat up all of you, I will. Captain Clar, I will not let you depart. These human scum have tricked you. If I have to beat up all of you, I will. You, Vulcan, you un-
Oh. That works. That worked. All right, let's go.
Mr. Scott, they've disappeared off the sensors.
What do you mean, laddie?
They've just vanished.
Oh, we probably should have called the ship. That probably would have been a good idea, actually.